What is good, YouTube? Are you a fan of the Yakuza series, samurai, historical Japanese stories, or just love yourself a damn good action game? Well, this one will be right up your alley because Like a Dragon Ishin, the newest entry in the Like a Dragon or formerly Yakuza series, is here, and god damn does it deliver. Before we get into why you should play this game, let me just say a big thank you to SEGA and their European publishing partner Plaion for sending me a review code for the game. I know we usually do full reviews on this channel, but since I only just received the code on the morning of the game's early access launch, I decided to give you a short overview of what this game is about in a first impressions style video. I don't want to compromise on the review by not going through everything the game has to offer before I give my final verdict, so I hope you can make do with this and look forward to the full review when I complete the game. With all that said, let's take a quick but thorough look at Like a Dragon Ishin. Before even pressing start, the game hits all of our dear mouse and keyboard players with an insult. I already love this. It then opens up with a cutscene showing Majima Goro. I'll be honest, I've only played Yakuza 0 so far, so I don't know any of the other guys that are prominent here, but I guess they're all important characters from later Yakuza games, and this is some juicy fan service. The whole thing seems to be a teaser for later parts of the game, because once the fighting dies down and you watch one of the most beautiful voice actor credits known to gaming, the game starts. For real this time. Our main character is Kiryu Sakamoto Ryoma? No matter how you look at it, this is Kiryu with a wig. Anyways, this is the Goshi Sakamoto Ryoma, a lowly ranking samurai who has just returned to his home Tosa after training his sword skills in Edo, the old name for Tokyo, for a year. What's a low ranking samurai? Aren't samurai the cool guys, the white knights of historical Japan? Well, not in Tosa, because the intro goes to great lengths to show you that class is more important than anything in this part of Japan, and Ryoma hates it. In good old Kiryu fashion, he stands up to some higher ranking Joshi for hitting a woman and gets sentenced to death. Stuff happens, he gets freed and decides to join the Tosa Loyalist Party, whose goal is to abolish the class system of Tosa and make it a place where everyone can have a shot at a decent life. Very akin to Yakuza 0, the cutscenes are full-on movie-like, and you could probably just watch them back-to-back without any gameplay and receive a perfectly fine, epic, emotional, and over-the-top Japanese drama movie. Or 5, if the game is even remotely as long as Yakuza 0 was. While the graphics have been improved all around, Like a Dragon Ishin shares a problem with its predecessors. Outside of cutscenes, it can look a bit dated. It is by no means a bad looking game and a far cry from the PS2-like models and animations that Zero used, but this is not the game you play when you're in search of a graphical powerhouse. The setting makes for some beautiful shots even early on in the game and gives the game a serene vibe that makes you feel immersed and at home, even without state-of-the-art graphics. Another reason for that is the sound. The Japanese countryside is a cacophony of different animal cries, flowing rivers and howling winds that have been perfectly replicated to buzz around your ears. Not only that, the city feels even more alive than in Yakuza 0 due to many NPCs actually having conversations with each other and reacting to Ryoma approaching or even ignoring them. Okay, so much for the sound. Oh, you didn't really think I'd not talk about the music in the Yakuza game, did you? Hidenori Shoji has once again managed to create a soundtrack that gets your blood pumping with meaty guitar riffs, tight drums, and jazzy bass lines, while also incorporating many of the sounds typical to Japanese history, combining the distinct sounds of a shamisen and traditional Japanese singing with drum and bass, only to be followed up by an electric guitar solo, is something I never thought I needed, but here we are. Gameplay-wise, Like a Dragon Ishin features the same combat system that you might already be familiar with if you've played Yakuza 0. Ryoma can choose between 4 different combat styles, emphasizing either his sword, gun, or fists, and change between them on the fly. This makes for a wonderfully fluid and fast-paced action combat system in which you will constantly be thinking about which sick combo you can pull off next without being stabbed or shot by the mob of samurai in your way. There is a lot to say about the combat, with unique skill trees for all 4 styles, a whole equipment system, and different ammunition for your guns, but I'll get into that more in the review. For now, let me just say that you will not be disappointed if you love action RPGs, beat-em-ups, or previous Yakuza games. Also, how fucking cool is the Wild Dancer style, wielding both a gun and a katana at the same time? I know what I'm gonna use most for the rest of my playthrough. Apart from combat, Ishin also features side stories. I haven't run into any, as I have only completed the first chapter so far, but if they're anything like what Yakuza 0 had, and Sega promised me they won't disappoint, you can be sure that you'll get to live through some wacky, nonsensical side quests on your way to completion. There will likely also be many mini-games, hopefully including some take on the exceptional karaoke from previous entries, but since I haven't experienced them yet, I don't want to speculate too much. The only thing I've gotten to try so far was wood chopping, a very simple but fun reaction style minigame in which you need to hit the button when your axe glows brightest, with each consecutive swing becoming faster and faster. Yes, this footage is not sped up, and I bet it can go even faster. Like a Dragon, Ishin seems to be exactly what I wanted it to be, a Yakuza game complete with all the epic stories, amazingly written characters, fun and wacky side activities, and unbelievably good music. If the game doesn't for some reason really tank after the first few hours, this is definitely one of the most fun gaming experiences you can have right now, and a game you will want to play as soon as you can get your hands on it. Are you planning on picking up the game when it comes out? Maybe this video made you want to give it a shot, but some questions were left unanswered? Let me know in the comments, maybe I can follow up on some stuff I've missed when recording this. I hope you enjoyed my first impressions on this game, and I'll see you at the full review. Feel free to also check out my other videos, and don't forget to vote in our weekly poll in the description of the video, where you get to decide the next game to be reviewed. Thanks for watching. See ya. Bye bye.